Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here. And in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing another horror movie review on this 1999 supernatural horror movie. And this movie is actually more of a found footage horror film. And of course, that's going to be on the Blair Witch Project. So, I remember, I actually first heard of this movie long ago, I remember owning the VHS, so a really long time ago, but then of course it might have disappeared and it might have gotten rid of it, but yeah, so I finally gotten around on watching this movie on Paramount Plus. This movie is actually currently streaming on almost every streaming service that I own: Paramount Plus, Peacock, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video. But I chose to watch this movie on Paramount Plus tonight, and so I've been hearing a few people talk about it here on YouTube, and yeah, so I finally watched the whole movie on Paramount Plus tonight, and so the movie The Blair Witch Project is it's basically about a few filmmakers that they're trying to shoot like a documentary film, and the movie goes like this. Found video footage tells the tale of three film students who traveled to a small town to collect documentary footage about the Blair Witch, a legendary local murderer. Over the course of several days, the students interviewed townspeople and gather clues to support the tale's veracity. There you go. And then, but the project takes a frightening turn when the students lose their way in the woods and begin hearing horrific noises. And of course, we got ourselves like a found footage supernatural horror film from 1999, the year I was born. And even that this movie also kind of took place in Maryland as well, my home state, Maryland. Yeah. So anyway, after watching the whole movie on Paramount Plus, I was actually pretty fascinated by this movie. Because some of my friends out there have thought that this movie was okay, or like it was just an okay movie, or it's like a boring film to them. But for me, I was actually pretty fascinated by this movie. I was actually pretty entertained, and plus the movie's not even, it doesn't even have that long of a runtime. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes. And without the closing credits, it would only be like an hour and 15 minutes or 16 minutes, depending on how long the credits are. But I was pretty fascinated by this movie, and I really liked it. I actually thought it was a really great movie, and probably one of the best horror films of the late 90s. Yeah. And I'm actually glad that I finally watched it, because it has been on my watch list for quite a while this month. And I gotta say, the found footages in this film I think is pretty well shot, and I gotta say that the performances in this movie were actually really good. Joshua Leonard, who plays Josh in the film, he did good, and Michael C. Williams as Michael, of course, the performances in this film, they end up being really good. And I gotta say, what I love most about this movie is basically how it's basically like one of the earliest found footage horror films that came out in the year I was born, in 1999. Yeah, and I also really liked how that there is some creepy imagery, of course, when they were filming in the woods, and in the night, and of course, when the girl was filming herself, just in the poster, her messages, so to her family and stuff. And Ray Hansen was actually the actress who played Heather in this film, and I think she did a great job in this film too. And plus, I even heard the Blair Witch Project even had a couple sequels, a few sequels that this movie was, because I think there were sequels after this movie came out, which I'm not really that interested in checking out the sequels, since I'm not really buying it. I'm not really that interested in checking out the sequels, because I'd say I'd rather stick with the original, with the first Blair Witch Project, and I'm glad I watched the original movie, so glad I did. And of course I do understand how I do understand how on why some people think that this movie's boring. It's boring. It's like a boring movie or an okay movie. But some of my friends out there were actually remembered watching this movie long ago. And like I said, I actually remember owning a VHS tape of this movie like a long time ago. Back when I had that huge box of VHS tapes, like from one of my early videos back in like 2016, I think. Or 2017, whatever, but yeah. But yeah, I was also thinking about getting this movie on DVD one day, because I think if I were to get this movie back on VHS or DVD one day, then I think this movie's definitely worth my video collection. Yeah. So overall, The Blair Witch Project was a really great movie. And I'm going to give The Blair Witch Project 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen The Blair Witch Project yet, then I recommend giving this one a view. And there you have it, guys. That's my movie review on The Blair Witch Project. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.